Do you own a pond? If so, you may sometimes have to deal with algae. And in today's video, we have the top things you should know. Number 1, what are algae? Algae are simple, non-flowering marine organisms that do not have stems and leaves like plants, but do have the ability to conduct photosynthesis. Number 2, why do algae grow in ponds? Algae blooms usually occur when there is an imbalanced ecosystem. This is usually caused by too much nutrients in the form of nitrogen and phosphorus from runoff. Number 3, what are the signs that you have an algae problem? Well, one of the biggest signs is if you see dead fish or waterfowl on or near your pond. Another major sign is if your pets or livestock have started to get sick, or even, God forbid, die. But a few other more minor signs include foul-smelling water, and skin rashes that occur on you, your family, or your pets after you've come in contact with the water. Number 4, if you do have an algae problem, what are some chemical-free ways to remove it? Well, one of the first things you can do is add submerged or floating plants to help balance out the nutrients in the water. You can also use a UV clarifier to help sterilize the pond, or copper ionizers. Another surprising trick is to add barley to the water. And this is great because it has no chance of damaging any fish there. You can also add beneficial bacteria to help consume all those excess nutrients. Or, of course, you can use the old-fashioned method. Get out a garden hose, net, or gloves and scoop up the algae. Number 5, what are the chemical methods for removing algae? Well, Mizzen is one of the most popular products. It's a copper-based algicide that you can put in the pond. Another product is Keep Furl, which is advertised as a fish-safe algicide. And finally, number 6, how do you prevent algae growth in the first place? Number 1, don't overfeed your fish or any waterfowl. Number 2, purchase high-quality fish food, so you need to use less of it. Number 3, plant or maintain native flora around the pond edge. Number 4, avoid the overuse of lawn care products. Number 5, don't allow your pets to defecate in or around the pond. And number 6, limit the amount of sunlight your pond gets by growing trees or adding umbrellas. So that covers the basics of how to get rid of algae in a pond. And with that, let's look at a quick case study. Now, if you've been following the news, you know that algae affects not only ponds, but rivers, lakes, and oceans with tragic consequences. Though we as individuals do not own these larger water bodies, we all love and use them on a regular basis, and we can indirectly contribute to their contamination. But we can also sometimes help their recovery. Let's consider the case of the Lake Merritt algae bloom. Lake Merritt in the center of Oakland, California, is a tidal estuary. On a typical summer day, it is bustling with both human and animal life. Yet if you were to visit its shoreline in September 2022, you would find it littered with gleaming white corpses, the victims of a massive algae bloom. The mass die-off was linked to a huge explosion of Heterosigma akashiwo, a type of algae that spread like wildfire and depleted all of the oxygen in the lake. Though algae blooms are not unexpected, this one was unprecedented, the result of a perfect combination of sunny weather, warming waters, and nutrients. Lots of nutrients. You see, nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus regularly flow into the lake from the region's 37 wastewater treatment plants. Though the days of dropping raw sewage into Lake Merritt are gone, the wastewater treatment plants still dump treated effluent into the water. The treatment process does remove harmful chemicals and bacteria, but not nitrogen. And algae loves nitrogen, so boom, a fish-killing red tide. Now, cleaning up an algae bloom in a lake is not as easy as doing it in a pond. You can't simply remove all that algae. So sadly, Lake Merritt residents will just have to wait for the bloom to extinguish itself. Having said this, we are not completely helpless when algae hits. And there are some things you can do to help protect your favorite body of water. For one, you can engage in citizen science projects to help track fish kills in your area, which serves as an early warning system. But you can also push local officials to upgrade your city's wastewater treatment plants to help contain more of the nitrogen. Sadly, such upgrades are costly. But perhaps it's time to open our wallets, for the combination of warming waters and lots of nutrients is a recipe for disaster. And in the end, who can put a price on our nation's waters? But what do you think? Do you have any stories about algae blooms? Let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? You're going to love our Gokce Land Due Diligence program. We'll make you a land due diligence expert in just 7 days. Check it out at gokcecapital.com/glad. And while you're at our website, don't forget to explore our $1 down listings at gokcecapital.com/listings. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.